Hey, how's it going, guys? Yes, it is SMG for Life 01, and we are back with another video. As you guys can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about a range of different things, not just the title of the video. Obviously, I'm talk about the title too. So let's get into it. So the title of this video, obviously, first time cycling to work, which ow, which was actually pretty crazy. It was so it was just over a week ago. I did a cycle, which was about just under 10 miles. I think it was 9.6 miles or 9.7 miles. I cycled all the way to my office. And to be honest, it wasn't the best of my cycling. And obviously, I'm using proper cycling equipment. So I've got um, my bike, which is a Diverge, I think 2017. I'm using Specialized Torch 1.0 clipless boots or shoes, cycling shoes, and then I obviously got the pedals and all that stuff. Everything's kind of like proper cyclist sort of thing. And obviously I'm cycling on the road, and I just like normally I'll do this cycle and I wouldn't have a problem. I would literally be able to do this cycle within like about 55 minutes, and this cycle that I did, it took me over an hour and 20 minutes, including 2 times falling off my bike due to having clipless pedals. I ain't fully used to them yet, and thankfully I'm still getting used to them. At this very minute, I'm actually injured, so I cannot really cycle long distance. I can do maybe half an hour, I'll be all right. But then I like that the same week I went for like an hour cycle, and I literally threw out my back coming back from work that day. So on that Tuesday that I did cycle into work, I decided to cycle back. I shouldn't have done it. I should have given myself a rest, caught the train back, and then literally cycled home on the Wednesday, which was like last week Wednesday. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. I kind of screwed myself over from doing the whole cycle, like an hour there, an hour back. It was an hour and 20 minutes both ways, so it was pretty bad because of all the traffic that I encountered. I wasn't expecting to be stuck in traffic, stuck at traffic lights, and just be in general really tired. I was really tired when I was cycling, and actually this was the first cycle I did in a week. I hadn't cycled since the Tuesday the week before. And yeah, and then the following day, I decided to just catch a train. I wasn't cycling in. My back was really badly hurt. I could walk and stuff like that. I ended up going out after. I really wanted to just rest, but my friend decided to show up at my house. I literally got home, took off my shoes, my cycling shoes, and then the doorbell rings, and it's my friends just waiting outside. I'm like, what the hell? And my dad turned up as well. So I was like, and obviously he texted me while I was cycling. I don't check my phone while I was cycling, apart from checking directions because I didn't know where I was going at a point. Because so the route I took to go to work was literally the A5 takes me straight into, um, by Marble Arch, and then you go off on the side, and then you go through Buckingham Palace. From Buckingham Palace, there's a road called Birdcage Walk. You go left there, straight down over the bridge, and then it's a left after the bridge, and it takes you straight to my office. So I did that. I was cool with it. I had no problem going there, apart from falling off twice. I think I cut my leg a little bit, and it wasn't too bad. Mashed up my tracksuit bottoms that I was wearing. But yeah, in all, I think it was a decent cycle in. But apart from the injury that I ended up getting when I came back, I came through like um, Oxford Street and all that. And I think when I got towards like there's like just before Kilburn, like maybe a mile before Kilburn, I started feeling like my legs were super tired. I didn't have any strength left, and that's when obviously constantly cycling when you have no strength, it then works your back, and then your back will then get injured. It's happened before when I did the 54-mile cycle in the day, which was a crazy cycle that I did, and I enjoyed that actually because I was with other people. Whereas with this one, and also I kind of feel bad for myself with that cycle that I did to work because I was too scared to go and maneuver around cars because of having these clipless pedals. Um, just because the fact I don't want a car to pull out. And the first reason why I did fall down was a bus stopped in the middle, in between an island, and I was trying to go through that. I was going to go through the island, and I just ended up stopping, and not unclipping, and I just sort of just fell off. And then the second time was my fault anyway. I stopped at traffic lights behind another cyclist. I went to unclip, and because I stopped too early and I didn't unclip properly. I always unclip my right foot because my right foot is my weaker foot. My left foot is normally the foot that I use to sort of push off, and then I ended up falling again. So twice in one cycle sitting, I fell, and then on the way back I didn't fall. I just tried to power through it, and then obviously getting home and just being absolutely tired. And then my friend wanted to go out. I'm just like, I don't really feel like going out. My back's fucked, and I can hardly walk. So I didn't go into work. I went into work the following day, and obviously now we have a lockdown. I'm working from home again, thankfully. But because of my back, I can feel a little bit of a twitch in my back. Not really a twitch. It's like all around the bottom, like the bottom part of my back. I can feel it when I'm cycling. So obviously I did that cycle on Saturday, that same week, and I couldn't go up any of the hills. I got up to one point where I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna cycle up here, and then I had to stop because I was like, I need a drink. So and then I kept cycling. I had to stop again because I could feel it in my back, and then I kept cycling again. And then after that, I was just like, on the hills, I'm gonna have to push the bike. So any of the hills that I went up, I literally had to push the bike, and some of the small roads I had to push the bike, and it really sort of like annoyed me quite a bit because I've done that cycle with no problem, and maybe I've fallen off the bike at a certain point, but I fall off, I get back up. I did fall on my right side on that cycle on Saturday because I was trying to go up a hill and I was like, I can't go up, and I couldn't unclip, and I just fell. So I unclipped one side, but the other side didn't unclip. And I'm sort of getting the hang of it. I'm actually using a turbo trainer now out in my back garden. So I'm literally clipping my bike to that, and then just cycling for on that I can cycle for 10 minutes, and then I need a break. And again, that sort of makes me feel bad as well, doing it like cycling for 10 minutes and then I need to stop and just sit down because either my back hasn't really played up, and I've sort of felt it, but it's not really like being a major pain. Um, but it's just something that's there, and it's just there nerving me. So actually on Saturday, I'm actually planning a cycle with one of my friends, who's actually also cycling due to this lockdown. So me and him might go up cycling into Regent's Park, which would be pretty fun. I think I'll have a good time cycling there. I haven't cycled there in a while. Just up the A5, and then you hit a left, and you go straight down towards like Regent's Park area, which is a really nice park because you can cycle around it, and then you can stop, put your cleat covers on, and then you go out for a cycle. And also the cleats that I'm using Shimano pedals. I'm using Shimano cleats, yellow, which is the like beginner one. It's the best one to use for beginners. And I'm not finding it hard to unclip. I'm finding it hard to figure out when to unclip. Like on my normal cycle that I normally do, which is a route that I would normally cycle, I sort of know, okay, this is when to unclip. This is when to unclip. This is not when to unclip. The lights are gonna change, and that's when I sort of know that, okay, I can unclip here, I can unclip there, So those are the things that you kind of need to be aware about when it comes to using them clipless pedals, and obviously the cleats and all that kind of stuff, is knowing when to unclip and when to like lean to the side that you've unclipped. Because I usually keep both sides on, but I think now I'm gonna unclip both sides just in case. Um, but yeah, it's been a journey with the cycling thing. I think, I don't know, it's not gonna be on hold or anything like that. I'm gonna constantly try and cycle on the turbo trainer. I know you don't get the full cycle experience because you don't get to lean when you want to put the power down, but I'm enjoying using it. I just put music on and I cycle with that. And I have fun. Since I've been using the clipless pedals though, I have taken my music out, so I haven't been listening to music while I've been cycling. Been trying to focus, but again, that doesn't help when you keep falling over because you're trying to focus on not falling over. But yeah, it's been crazy, obviously, with the cycling and stuff like that. But also, I've also figured, I've also found out about an anime that I've actually been watching for the past like 3 weeks, I think. It's called Initial D. So I'm a massive fan of cars, and obviously you guys know that from previous videos. Massive fan of cars. I was like, I finished watching the whole series of Naruto without skipping any filler, which was something that I wanted to do. And then I was like, let's see if there's another anime that I can watch. So I found Initial D on the Funimation app, and I started watching it, and literally fallen in love with that show. I fall in love with the show. I fall in love with the music. You know, I think it's really well done, especially for something that's from the '90s, late '90s, obviously early 2000s. I'm on the fourth stage, which is like the fourth season, which is really great. And I recommend any of you guys who are anime fans and who haven't checked out Initial D. I really recommend it. And actually, from watching it, makes me want to go drifting. I'm planning a drift day with some of the guys I know. They actually want to do it, so I'm like, yo, I want to do it too. And yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. Obviously, I recently bought a new car, so I am potentially planning a few things to do with that. Obviously, I still have my old car. I had to sell another car that I had to actually. I didn't sell the car to fund this new car that I bought. But the new car I bought is a 2000 and early 2007 Audi TT Mark II with a 3.2 liter V6 or VR6 engine in it, which I absolutely love. The reason why I did get it was mainly because I did see the Mark One version of that same sort of the same car, the Mark One TT, which is what I have, but with that 3.2 liter V6 engine. And I'm like, yo, this engine sounds wicked. And I saw videos online. I checked everything out. But then obviously, like the car I actually wanted had a V6 as well, which was the 350Z. And you know what? Like, it came to terms with me that I wanted to buy a car that I could drive and not have any sort of feelings for uh, with this actual Audi TT. I bought it because I'm not gonna get attached to it. I'm gonna drive it, but I'm also gonna do a few things that I always do to cars. So I'm gonna actually one of the main things that I'm gonna do is change the exhaust because I love making the engine raw. So I'm gonna be doing the whole exhaust system on that. I don't know how much it's gonna cost me, but it's gonna come, and it's gonna be really cool. I love the sound of the VR6, and obviously the car I actually wanted was the 350Z. In my head, the 350Z was gonna cost me a hell of a lot more money, especially when it comes to maintaining it. Also, like doing the modifications that I would have wanted done to it. So, like simple modifications that I would have done was like doing the induction kit, doing the exhaust, um, like doing the interior stuff, like changing out the stereo and all that kind of stuff. Uh, Doing the spoiler on the back. I wanted a ducktail spoiler on the 350Z. Yeah, so there were so many things I would have done. I would have changed the wheels. I would have potentially turboed it if I could. If I could afford to do it, it was like that would cost me around 10 grand to do it. Whereas this car, I'm not planning. I don't have that many plans for it. I'm not. I'm not really in the mod scene for that car. The mod scene is still focused on my original Mark One TT, but I also want to get something for drifting. Both my cars are both four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, and I kind of want to get something for drifting. But at this very moment in time, I don't think I can afford anything as of right now. Potentially in the future, I may like invest in buying a already sort of done up car that's already like made for drifting, that has a hydro, that has all the stuff that you need for drifting and all that kind of stuff. So that's a plan for the future. That would be pretty fun. I've also been like collecting a few things here and there. Like I still got like a load of Xbox games, which is all piled up on the side. I got some Dreamcast stuff, got some PSP stuff. I still got games to play. Like I finished quite a few games. Actually, no, I didn't. I played Red Dead Redemption. I think that was the biggest. Actually, no, the biggest achievement of this year with my whole game stuff is actually finishing. Uh, what's that game called? Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Because I've had that game since the Xbox One released, and I finally managed to finish it because I was so determined. I need to finish this game, so I ended up like managing to finish it, and I was so happy when I got to the end. I saw the ending. I was like, "Yo, I need to play the next one now." I also do have Assassin's Creed Origins, which I bought maybe over a year and a half ago, and that's still in the cellophane wrapping that it came in. I haven't even opened it. But yeah, it's been crazy. I've also done up my PC. I'm potentially going to upgrade it to a more modern processor, maybe AMD or maybe Intel. I'm not too sure, but I basically taken the old case that I had. I've thrown that out of the house because I fucking don't. I hate that case. After it got so like disgusting, I just was like, I don't want this. This is shit. Fuck off. And then I bought a new case, and also I got a 2070 Super. I got it for a fairly decent price, thankfully. I also had a 1080 Ti, which went bad on me after using it once. So I had to get a 2070 Super, which didn't cost me that much more than the 1080 Ti. But yeah, it's done well for me. I've obviously switched to an all-in-one water cooling unit. I still have my 980 Ti, which I want to sell. I'm gonna put that out for £100 after I do some cleaning on it, because um, it was obviously water cooled, and I think the actual water cooling, the actual what is it called, the cooler that's on the actual processor might need a bit of vinegar through it to just rinse it out. And I'm probably gonna go tomorrow to the supermarket to buy some vinegar so I can sort of rinse out the graphics card and let it just run there for like uh 12 hours or something, or overnight. Um, and also, I got some more Power Rangers stuff. I could show you it here, but I don't want to move because I might knock the mic. Um, yeah, it's been great. It's been crazy, obviously, with the coronavirus. I still think the coronavirus is a load of bullshit. I think this lockdown that we're currently in the UK is again a bunch of bullshit. I don't think we actually need it. They closed the gyms, which has pissed me off because I was in a routine at 5:30 every morning. I was waking up, getting to the gym for about 6:30, hammering out a wicked session, coming back, starting work, bang. But since that closed, I've been sleeping till like 8 o'clock, and I've been waking up at 5:20 to sort of uh, just sort of like, actually, you know what, with my whole cycling thing that I did last week, um, that was actually, I cycled after I had gone to the gym. So I had done what, a back workout, or no, I did a chest workout on that day. I did a 30 kilo chest workout, two dumbbells, 30 kilos, doing that on an incline. Absolutely love it. I was shocked that I was able to do it. Previously, obviously, I started doing 30 kg, and then obviously I did all that. I came home, got dressed, I put my cycle stuff on, and then I cycled to work, and I fell off twice. But yeah, there's not much really that's going on, like, apart from wanting to do content, not for YouTube, but I'm thinking to do a podcast, and I want to do a podcast. I want to do a podcast about cars, uh, but the whole thing of, I need someone else there. I can't do it by myself. I need someone to bounce ideas off. I want someone to sort of bring their sort of passion about cars onto the scene. So that's what I'm planning. Hopefully, I'm able to do it. There's a few more Power Ranger things I actually do want to get. Potentially, maybe there'll be a Power Ranger podcast. I don't even know. Like, there's so many things that I could potentially do. Um, which may happen, may not happen. If you guys want to see, well, I got some action figures from Japan as well, so I'll show you one right now. So this is a Goku figure, which is pretty nice. Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I've got quite a big one on the side. Um, so yeah, like, I've collected a few figures that I'm going to potentially sell in the future. But yeah, it's been crazy. Obviously, to be honest, I'm not looking forward to going back to like the normal working office, because I just don't see a point going back to the office, because there's like everything that I would do in the office I could do from home, and the 2 days that I did spend in the office, I really hated it. It was, so the first day I was super excited because I cycled in. I was super energized. I didn't have any sort of energy drink or coffee, which I would normally have. But I was super excited. I was super ecstatic. I was like, yes, yes, we're gonna do this, this, and this. and I didn't do any of it. It was really boring, and it just sort of put a drain on me quite a bit. So I'm trying to stay away from all that stuff at the moment. I'm just trying to focus on other things. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.